It's actually starting to feel like spring in New England, so I wanted to head out for a walk to see what might be blooming and get some inspiration for my sketchbook. One of my favorite flowers is blooming right now. This is the trout lily. They get their name from their leaves' resemblance to the fish, trout. Some groves of trout lilies can be up to like 200 years old, and I just think they're a really unique flower. I've been playing around with looser styles lately, so I wanted to see how much I could let go while painting the trout lilies. I decided to do 2 pages, one in a loose but still recognizable style, and the other one pushing myself to embrace more abstraction. This worked really well because I could let one page dry while I worked on a layer on the other page. Working on the abstract part is always uncomfortable for me, and I don't know why. I feel like I can never get things to the point that I want to see them. I love looking at abstract art, but it's not something that I'm really very good at making. I think maybe I just don't have the patience and I don't put enough layers in. But that's what sketchbooks are for, practicing, trying out new things, and seeing how I like them. Even though they're not perfect, I like how both of these pieces turned out. It was a fun experiment and a good challenge to get me to loosen up a little bit more. Well, that didn't last long. Welcome to spring in New England, where we get one day of sun, followed by a week or 2 or 3 of rain. But it's fine. It's the start of the month, and one of the things that I've been doing occasionally is making a monthly mood board. I've found that this helps me to have a focus for my sketchbook, especially on days where I don't know what I want to draw. So it's kind of having a theme for your planner, I guess. But let's put my monthly mood board together and then maybe draw something. I'm feeling a very yellow theme this month. Maybe that's because of the rain. I want some brightness, some sunshine, the dandelions, and there is a yellow bookshop that I need to draw. Speaking of bookshops, I really need to get back to the bookshop series I've been working on. I have reference photos for several of the shops, but I haven't even started one of the bookshops this year. I don't know what it is, but I seem to have kind of stalled out on the plan to draw all 24. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more architectural illustrations, and maybe I'll try to get back to it soon. I don't know if it's that I have too many ideas or too many distractions or what, but I was definitely feeling like drawing more sunny, bright flowers this day. I don't usually draw in colored pencil, but this is actually my experimental sketchbook or my warm-up sketchbook. So it was kind of fun to play around with a medium that I don't typically use because I could get something down on the page a lot quicker than mixing colors with paint. And I feel like doing something different outside of your comfort zone can really help you get into that creative space. So maybe I'll play with colored pencils a little bit more. I'm still not really feeling like drawing bookstores, so let's doodle some more dandelions. I looked at a couple of the photos from other people's artwork and illustration that I found on Pinterest, and I really liked the style of having the color wash with line work over top of it. So to warm up, I thought I would work on sketching some dandelions in various stages of growth. And that really made me think about the fact that I don't spend a lot of time just drawing or sketching anymore. I really need to work on those basic skills, I think, and lean into using my experimental sketchbook more for warm-ups and for just drawing everyday objects, practicing those fundamental skills and putting the time in, because there are a lot of things that I think could enhance some of my artwork if I worked more on the basics first. So that's something maybe I'll work on this month, drawing a little bit more, using my experimental sketchbook, filling up those pages, even if it doesn't make a nice, neat spread that I'm going to post on Instagram. The purpose is to actually practice the skills and to learn from what I'm doing in that experimental sketchbook. That's why it's experimental. It's so funny that I'm drawing and painting so many dandelions and other flowers right now because that is not one of my favorite subject matters. So I guess this was also some skill development because it's not something that I typically do. I've always said that natural objects like trees and plants, organic shapes, are some of the hardest for me. I'm much better at architecture and clean lines and perspective drawing. So this was taking me outside of my comfort zone, but I just really felt drawn to drawing flowers. Is that the sentence we're going to go with? I guess it is. Well, I enjoyed working on several different flowers. The dandelions were a lot of fun, and then I wanted to add. Yes, thank you for helping. Thank you so much, Sai. Then I wanted to add in some purple flowers to contrast with the yellow, so I did some pansies and violets. I had to look up reference photos for these because I hadn't taken any myself. I did get some good pictures of dandelions that I found, but the purple flowers I think looked really nice with the dandelions, and they remind me of my grandmother. Her favorite color was purple, and she absolutely loved pansies and lilacs. So it was nice to think about her while I was painting these in my sketchbook. I'm glad I made the mood board because it continued to rain for several more days, and I've gone back to it multiple times to pick different things to paint or draw that are outside of my comfort zone. I really enjoyed making these two spreads. It's something that I don't typically do, and it's a way to improve my skills. So overall this week, I'm pretty happy that I kept coming back to my sketchbook, or sketchbooks if we include the experimental sketchbook, and making progress on a skill set that I haven't used in a while. I hope you're having a great week. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.